Okay, so we have this very interesting what if unit. One of the this is the first Dokkan story mode character, Super Saiyan Trunks Teen and Super Saiyan Broly. So this unit is quite good, I think, for a TUR. Now, funny enough, we do know that this character is actually going to awaken into an LR. The reason why we do know that this character is going to awaken into an LR is because, you see here, they have the normal hidden potential system stats. So what happens is when a free-to-play unit has the normal hidden potential system stats, they always end up becoming an LR, which is what we knew when this guy was a SSR, right? We saw this unit right here, right? The normal Trunks, but very interesting. Getting a Trunks and a Broly card. This is the kind of what-if stuff we really want to see. Now, additionally, on top of that, this Trunks and Broly do have special equipment. I almost got the max equipment for them that I would prefer. Level 8 defense equip. We have level 4 attack and level 5 defense equip. Then a level 5 attack and level 5 defense, right? You see, this gold one adds 1500 attack and defense. This bronze adds 800 defense. Now the silver, the best silver is the double level 5 that adds 1000 attack and 1000 defense. Dude, I've been farming for the past 2 days. I cannot get it. It's just awful drops. So I decided I'm just gonna go with this one right here. Even though we're missing out on 200 attack, not the biggest deal ever, but we do have this character at max sync level 10. I actually used these skill orbs to max this unit out, which I thought was pretty cool, and we're gonna be able to buy more skill orbs later anyways. Plus, skill orbs, I feel like a lot of times I'm only gonna be using let's say a very minimum amount of them to get one last link up, or a link from 7 to 8 in order to use keys on a unit, rather than me actually maxing a character out. So might as well just do it for this character. I don't really care. I mean, I have most of the good characters in my box link level 10 anyway, so I could really just use it on whatever character I want. But here's what this unit is. We'll go ahead and break them down. Meanwhile, as we actually just start this fight. So I'm actually gonna grab this with you. I do want to stall here with everyone besides Bulma, but let's explain what this character is doing. So, they get attack and defense 80% at the start of turn. They launch an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super attack, and they have a medium chance to crit. So both of those are 30% chance is to crit and get a super, right? They get an additional 30% attack and defense when performing a super. Launch an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super attack if HP is 50% or more when performing a super attack. So what that means is that you could heal with let's say you enter the turn, you're under 50% HP. If you grab orbs to heal, if a character heals mid-turn, if you use a senzu bean, since it's when the character performs a super attack, they can get their passive up no matter what, which is very useful. But if you do stay under 50% HP, if you get hit with a super mid-turn, they instead get a 20% chance to crit. I don't really like that part. I think that you would definitely prefer the medium chance to super attack. Now, the reason why is because this unit actually does get some reduction when they super, right? So they also get an additional 31% attack and defense and 8% damage reduction within the same turn per super attack performed. So unfortunately, these are medium chances, so it's not going to be too very likely or common you'll see this all the time. But you could potentially do 4 super attacks and get a total of 32% damage reduction with this character. And they also get extra stats with each super they actually would do. So I mean, we'll go ahead and we'll put them in the first slot for this time. That's fine. So they're starting off at 170k defense. They do get a lot of stats on super. So let's say they do super twice here. They would get 60% attack and defense on super in total, because they also actually no, they would get not 60%, 91% attack and defense on super attack. Let's say if they arguably super twice, then they get the 30% attack and defense super attack effect, right? They raise attack and defense for one turn. So that leads to pretty solid multiplicative buffs overall. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what this unit is going to look like as an LR, but we'll do what we can for now. So we have every link active except for Super Saiyan, and I think that's Shattering the Limit. Not a big deal to get Super Saiyan or anything like that. Some of their best linking partners are, of course, the Super Vegito and the Super Gogeta, right? They're a pretty solid linking partner. And let's see the super attack animation here. So this is a what if super attack animation. Sitting at 2 million attack stat. Definitely not really the best offensively for sure. We are getting Bulma support, keep that in mind. Bulma support is pretty massive. So there's the normal, there's the 50% normal, and then the hidden potential system normal, which we did get. Now, in my opinion, what they should do is they should make the passive change from per super attack performed to per attack performed once they actually become an LR. The super attack performed restriction is a little tough, but I'm not sure if they're necessarily going to change it to something like that. It just would be nice where, okay, in the off case you miss the super, you still are able to get the actual like hidden but or like the damage reduction, for example, against these difficult bosses or anything like that. I think that would be very helpful. We're gonna go ahead and try to kill this turn, by the way. Not a really big deal if we keep continuing with this turn or not. But yeah, this unit, I mean, they would benefit a lot from offensive support for the most part, like maybe when they're in LR, but right now, it's just that 80% attack and defense is quite low. I mean, when they become an LR, I mean, at bare minimum, gotta make that 120%, I'm thinking. And maybe it'll be just straight up 100%. This unit is like kind of flopping as an LR. It's more so they have potential right now. Defensively, they actually can be pretty nice. But I think definitely you would like a little more from them offensively, considering the amount of reduction they get now. I actually don't think that they'll change the, like, you know, where it says 31% attack and defense and 8% reduction. That's not going to change because it's Saiyan, right? It's 318. Spells out Saiyan, right? Obviously, we know, like, Saiyan Day, for example, is on March 18th, right? So that's why I wouldn't expect that specific part to change. But maybe we could see it like, you know, just each normal. I mean, if it's each normal that they do, that can be really good. And yeah, I mean, 200k defense here. Let me actually, you know what, let's do, I can't even speak apparently. Let's do the math, right? So we're 217 and then 186, right? Let's say for argument's sake they get 2 super attacks. So again, the 91% attack and defense right there. That'll be multiplicative buff. And then they'll get 60% on their super attack effects. So like if they get 2 supers in this turn, they actually shoot up to 660k defense. Which again, for just a free to play like TUR of an LR, that's looking nice. And then they would have 16% reduction, which again, 60% damage reduction is something where I'm going to be like, oh yeah, he's cooking with that 16%. Woo! But you know, that can be helpful. Okay, so see, we got the double super attack right here. And you see the attack stats do raise with each super attack that they're doing. There's the triple super right here. Okay, you know what? Whoa, they're kind of cooking right here. Wait a minute. We're going to get the quad? We got the quad super this turn. Okay, wait. So, I mean, obviously, as you can see, there's definitely a much bigger difference. So, on this turn, they instead of the 91% on super, we got, what, 151%? Because there's the 120%. Actually, it'd be 154% because they get 31%. And then plus the baseline 30% here. And they got 120% on their super attack effect because they did 4 supers. I mean, on this turn, they're actually at 1.2 million defense, which is kind of crazy with 32% damage reduction on top of that. That is really good, actually. Again, we did get like a mega support, obviously, from what's his face. I forgot what I was going to say. We did get a lot of support from MVP 17 giving 70% defense there plus Bulma support. But it's like, I mean, necessarily you could argue this is like unrealistic because we have like the Gogeta and Super Vegito, but you're not really gonna run those units. But it is like nice to see like different scenarios and stuff like that at the same time, so I'm fine with that. We won't fuse with Super Vegito, by the way. We'll keep things the same. But yeah, I mean, on that turn, 1.2 million defense, huh? Because it's like 31 times 4 then plus the 30. Yeah, that's 154%. And then they get the 30% raise 4 times. So I mean, they would be able to live. I mean, they're even like tankier than Jiren. So we probably will put him in the middle here so we can get Super Saiyan active this time. That'll be fine. So this time we're actually under the HP threshold, and I think just for showcase purposes, I guess I will show them that they don't get the additional when you fall under the HP threshold. I think that's important too, just so you guys are aware that when you're under 50% when attacking, they get the 20% critical chance instead of the, what's it called, the extra additional, which I mean, ideally you want the additional. Oh, did we die? We did actually just die. Well, I guess I can't show that because I died. I'm so silly. That's fine. I think that's basically the gist of what this unit is going to be. So I mean, again, hopes for when they LR, make them have high chances to super, like on both that. Like I wouldn't mind the 50% restriction because I think that's relatively fair, but high chance in both of them at least, so that you know you can get the reduction. And then you know, honestly, make it per attack performed to get the stats, and then just make them like a stupid good free unit. I don't care. I think that would be ideal, just to add a little bit more consistency to them, because it's either they snowball or they don't, and they kind of like are mediocre. Or if they do snowball, they actually become really good. I mean, again, on that turn, 1.2 mil with 38% reduction is quite high. And we wouldn't expect them to get that high of a defensive stat, but that's how these multiplicative stats work when they attack. It's very crazy. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they actually become a very, very formidable free-to-play unit. But let me know what you guys are thinking of this Trunks and Broly character, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.